Okay, hello beautiful people. Welcome to ZMB Talks with me, your girl EDNA. My guest today is an award-winning producer. He's a Zambian doing very big in a foreign land. He's produced tracks for Shekinah, Rouge, the rapper, Dales, Nadia Nakai, DJ Milkshake, is it?
Yeah.
Just to mention a few guys. He's got a plaque representing Zambia all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Mae N Maejor. I'm excited to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to ZMB Talks.
Appreciate it. Thank
For
you.
you, I'll say Zambian music blog talks.
Wow. Thank you. It's an honor.
Yeah.
It's an honor. Thank you.
How's it going now?
Everything is good.
The Rona, how is it treating
It's
you?
killing us, man. The Rona is killing us.
But you still look alive.
Yeah, I know. We're surviving.
Mhm.
It's been good, anyway, because now it's just taking time to really listen to more music.
Yeah.
And just find new sounds,
Mhm.
whatever it is. So yeah, it's pretty much it.
Well, I feel we're about to have a very good conversation. I just wanted to be honest.
Alright.
Very open.
Nah, definitely, we'll try my best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I found out your name was Amos.
Amon or Amon. Yeah.
Amon or Amon?
Whichever you prefer.
Amon.
Yeah, Amon.
But how did you learn to Mae N Maejor?
It's a very interesting, right? So I think I've gone through 100 producer names before I got to Mae N Maejor.
Mhm.
So one of my favorite producers like Paulo the Don, and they always had these dope names, Paulo the Don, and then you got Chase and Chase, and I'm like, these are dope names. So what I did was that my birthday is in May, so I was just like, yo, May, and then I feel like everything that I want to do and everything I believe that I do is major. So it's like, yo, Mae N Maejor. But you know what the misconception is?
No.
A lot of people think we two, but it's just me. So everyone's like, yo.
Oh, the N.
And so it's kind of like
Oh.
they think it's a group. So I'm like, nah. So some people have called me like, yo, so when are you guys? I remember Ricky is like, yo, well, I like what you guys are doing. So I'm like,
Which guy?
which guys? He's like, you and your boy, you guys put it. I'm like, nah, Ricky's. I am like Mae N Maejor. So it's like, oh snap. It's like yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Interesting. So born in Lusaka.
Yeah, born in
How
Lusaka.
did you find yourself in South Africa?
Okay, so I was born in Lusaka and then went to school here all up into 3rd grade, and then moved to Zimbabwe, and then completed my high school. I went to Zimbabwe from 3rd grade all up until I finished my O level, and then I came to Zambia. I actually came to Zambia to go to school, to go to university. So I finished my high school 2011. So the whole from 2011 to all up 2014. I didn't want to go to school. I was fighting because I was like, yo, I just want to make beats or whatever. My mom's like, nah, I have to go to school. I'm like, yeah. So then finally I moved to Zambia. Actually attended university here.
Okay.
And then how I actually even went to, it's not like I've moved to Joburg and just woke up or maybe grew up in Joburg. Was just from the opportunity. So the first person that I produced, I started producing, first placements I got was 2015. That was with Tinashe in the US. So I did a lot of records in the US prior to doing records in South Africa. So the first person I produced for in South Africa was actually Dales. It's between Rouge and Dales.
Okay.
So I produced for Dales. By that time I'd not even gone there or whatever it is. But then things got crazy when now the phone obviously starts to ring, and then when Rouge asked me to actually go to South Africa. That's when I went there, and it was different because it's different when you're producing, because now you could literally be anywhere and make a song as long as everything is right. So when I went there and realized wow, it's different when you're on the ground as opposed to doing stuff online. It's when then I started going heavy because then I'll spend a lot of time there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Interesting. You did mention USA, and is it your management is based in the USA?
No, at the time when I started, of course, because I was learning a lot. Because music is a serious business, especially when you're doing it from the US. So when I was doing the stuff, I started by myself. The first placement I got was obviously with Tinashe.
Okay.
That was by myself. And then the
How
US
did you get it by yourself?
Hustling on Twitter, man. That was 2012. People not even on Twitter then. I just tweeted her and just asked her yo, can I get an email?
Are you serious?
Yeah, for real. And then she just sent me an email.
So it's not about connections.
You know what's so funny? I always laugh when I say there's no such thing as a connect. I hear people say I need a connect. No, You could like literally me talking to you right now. You could be a connect for something that I'm trying to do.
Are you
it's
serious?
Real. There's no connect. Like Tinashe was just a tweet, and then boom, DM, send me an emo 2012. And then in music, this is the thing. When you send somebody beats, they don't respond. They pop. They don't like it.
That is I don't like it.
So I just was persistent, right? So I sent Beach 2013, then finally December 2014. I just sent her another pack, same email, and then she responded in March 2015, like literally. And bear in mind, I'm in my second year. I'm like, oh, man, I hate studying. I'm studying there, and I just get it.
How did you feel?
I was like, am I dreaming? Because when I'm reading the email, I'm thinking like, yo, is she asking me to use the beat? But when she actually, then she calls and then she's like, yo, I used the record. She sent it to me. And I'm like, what? I'm ecstatic. It's like 3 a.m. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. And she's telling me the song it's a Friday. And she's telling me the song is dropping on Monday. What?
What's happening?
I'm starting my mid-semesters on Monday and I'm thinking, but I was excited. I was like, oh, moment. And then comes back to your question with the management. Then I met up with the guys like this. His name is Leon the Beats, Anthony Norris. He produced Pop Dad, DJ Khaled, I Wanna Be With You. At the time, he was signed to We The Best Music. So he's like, yo, I like your style. So I was actually such a huge fan of his. So I was always like, on Instagram trying to DM him, but no response. So there's this guy from Canada, one of my good friends. Funny story. All these people I'm talking about, never met them real life.
Are you serious?
Because I've never even been to US.
Are you for real?
For real, never been to US. Yeah. So he's like, yo, I just collaborate with him. Because my strategy is like, yo, if I can't get to the artist, why not just get to somebody closer to the artist? So like, I saw his name is Cal. Cal was very close to Lee, so I was like, yo, Cal, can I collaborate with you? So then he ended up sending what we collaborated on together with Lee, and that's how Lee followed me. And then he was like, yo, I have a company, Amazing Music Group. And that time he's like in a deal with We The Best. He's like, yo, do you want to work? I was like, yeah, I mean, We The Best, yeah, I want to work. So yeah, then that's how, over the years, like we were collaborating back and forth on beats. And that's the trick. I'll tell you, America, like, if you look at the credits, it's really once in a while where you have one producer produce one record. A lot of the records is like collaborations. Yeah. Because that's how literally it comes back to, that's the connect. If I know you know Khaled, why not just work with you? Because I'll end up then working with Khaled because you know Khaled. Yeah. So that's how a lot of producers actually do it. So they work a lot together and stuff like that. So we like bouncing records back and forth. And then these opportunities are coming, crazy opportunities. Even in my wildest imaginations, I'm like, what?
What's happening?
What's happening?
So prior to getting the DM from Tinashe, have you worked with any Zambian artists?
No, at the time, no. It was not even like in the back
Why?
of my mind. Not that you see,
it was like the target audience, or what?
Not really about the target audience. It's also that thing of you also have to bear in mind, right? I never grew up here, so I don't know exactly how things work here. I don't know anybody that's doing music, and you know what I always say? It's actually harder to work with a Zambian. I found it harder personally for me. It was harder because I don't know anybody. I don't even have friends here to be like, yo, my boy, he raps. So so that was the thing for me. So I was like, yo, I'm just gonna do what I know and the people that I know, and stuff like that. So,
interesting. So since you that you haven't worked with any Zambian yet, have you been listening to Zambian music?
Yeah, I do. Like I've always listened to.
Which artists are you listening to?
I listen to Nez, I listen to Slap, I listen to Yo Maps, I listen to Natasha Chansa.
Okay.
I listen to Chandambao, of course. Maki too, Chef, Chef.
Of course, the people's rapper.
I mean, quite a number. Like even upcoming, a lot of upcoming. There's Killer. I listen to Killer. I listen to Jay Easy. Like they styles are really dope.
So nice. And the fact that you work with these amazing artists, Tinashe, Shekinah, Rouge, and you're listening to these other artists in Zambia. Yeah. What do you think of our sound? Is our sound? How can I put it? Is it ready for international market?
Yeah, the sound is definitely very ready for international market.
how's the response in other countries when it comes to Zambian music?
You see, the thing is that they listen. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. I'm yet to. Okay, only once I was actually in a place in Joburg. I think it was a club, if I can remember. New Year's Eve, actually. They were actually playing a Mumpy song, and I thought, like, what? Am I drunk?
What song is it?
The famous one. I can't sing.
Yeah,
exactly.
What was that?
That was 2000 and getting into 2019.
I'm in
the club, like just coming straight from like a show, right? And I'm in the club and I'm thinking, it's either I'm drunk or like I'm hallucinating. Are they playing Mumpy? And like, yeah, that's the first time I actually heard like a Mumpy song like playing in the club, like literally in South Africa. Like, bear in mind, this is that, you know, those type of clubs, like,
wow.
Crazy, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is there any artists you're interested in working with?
Yeah, I'd like to work with Bobby. I'd like to work with Nez.
But what are you waiting for? Do you have a studio here or what? What's happening?
I mean, we more, man. We just work it. We just whip up the laptop and just play these beats.
Okay.
I mean, don't really need to have a studio, man. All the sessions I've been to, like, I've never in a studio, like. I've been in a studio to record a documentary.
Yeah,
but yeah. Okay, no, I've worked in one studio, Sony studio. Yeah, I was at Sony studio. I worked on one of Rouge's records from there.
Nice.
Or whatever it is, yeah. But mostly everybody just works in the comfort of the home.
Nice.
Just pull up.
Do you have a logo and kind of like on your beats? We have
like a tag.
A tag?
Yeah. No, for me it's not very like a distinctive, not like in words, but most of my beats, they've got this like sound. If you listen carefully, like in different, you hear.
How do you make that?
It was just like an effect that I found. Like I was just making beats one day. I was like, "Yo, this is fire!" So I was like, "I'm just gonna add it every time."
Are you serious?
Because the reason why I added it is because I realized, like, yo, when you make beats, sometimes as a producer, you sit down there and you're thinking, like, yo, the hook, this is the chorus, and this is the verse. I've had people rap on the verse and then sing rap on the hook and then sing on the verse. So I was like, yo, I need to kind of like help them distinguish between the verse and the chorus. And that's why I just found that sound and just added. I just ran with it ever since then.
Oh, nice. We need to know. It's man.
Everybody's told me like, yo, put a tag.
We need to know.
And there's actually the importance of a tag is it helps with marketing.
Oh,
like
yeah?
I'll give you like maybe like a stash. Yeah. Like stash is anytime you just hear his tag, and I say the best tag.
Best tag ever. Like,
I'm feeling it. That's fire.
That's the one.
That's fine. That tag is like, yo, this is a stash. I'll think about it if whenever. I don't want to force it. If it just comes organic, it'll come organic.
Okay. And I know you don't believe in the principle of connections, but I know you have access to these major artists.
Yeah.
Have you tried to link any Zambian artists with those guys?
To be honest, I've tried, right? Personally, I've tried, but the problem that's there now is that music in South Africa, or music generally Nigeria and the US is a numbers game, right? So I've heard artists say like, yo, it's my numbers or whatever it is. It's not necessarily like now, like I'll tell you for a fact, Zambians are doing millions, like even on streams, right? When I say numbers game, don't get me wrong, it's like, yo, how have you packaged your music? So like there's particular things they look for. Like now I think the biggest problem that we have is people are not really using they're using them but not using them to the greatest or the fullest that they could possibly do. Like I'll give you an example. So Spotify, iTunes, or Apple Music, they're called DSPs, digital service providers. So I'm there in a session, I'm just like, yo, bro, you know, there's this guy in Zambia, or there's this lady in Zambia, she had the biggest record this year or whatever it is. What did you think of like adding it? Because you're trying to expand, you know, and reach other cultures. So the first thing they do is obviously search you. So I'm there talking about how you had the biggest record last year, and then I go to iTunes or Spotify, then they see the last, you know, song was like maybe 2017. And it's kind of like, that is the biggest problem that I've had. So that's the first, it's like a CV. Like the first thing, you know, you want to know is what was the last thing you did, or how have you done this? So it's kind of just that they need to really get and pay attention to like the digital service providers and really focus and pay attention to that, because that's how your music will speak for itself. So that's like a difficult thing right now. Or you find that on Apple Music, there's one artist has like 4 profiles. So it's already that's just kind of like
It's a turn off.
it's a turn off for them, and they just don't want to do that, whatever it is. Or your video is not even on your YouTube page; it's on another person's page. It's kind of like okay, because it's a business. It's money. You know, people make money from streaming. People make money from people watching videos on YouTube. So somebody that's going to collaborate with you wants things that are actually, you know, together properly. Not just like haphazard or whatever it is.
Nice.
So that's the I would say with my experience and what I've seen, I think that's like a little bit of a disconnect between, you know, getting that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And speaking about numbers, someone told me you're one guy who pays much attention to royalties.
Yeah.
How did you go through that process? How did you land yourself to not just owning your music?
So basically, right, when I started, the most important thing in anything that you do, man, you have to. I always say, if you've got a passion for something, from the fingertips, I want you to tell me who's your favorite chef. If you're a chef, if you're into cooking, if I ask you like, yo, who's your favorite chef, and you can't even tell me, then you're not passionate about it. So I understood, and maybe because I already dove into the deep end by virtue of starting in America, was they don't play about their business when it comes to, you know, contracts and just paperwork with a song. So I learned a lot, even through Amazings. They taught me a lot about publishing and the types of publishing, from the performance to the mechanicals. They taught me about the split sheets. So it's kind of like that thing of, you know, how much a song. Okay, I'll give you an example, right? One record, we do a song together right now to make it easy and make in the lemons terms. So publishing you get two types of publishings. There's your performance. So performance publishing is basically radio, TV, maybe in an advert or whatever it is. Then there's your mechanicals. Mechanical publishing comes from streams. So YouTube, Spotify, producers get money from that. So you get, from performance royalties, you get paid 4 times a year. So that's every quarter. So like January, February, March, yeah. And then mechanicals usually come twice a year. So that's maybe like April and October, you get your mechanicals. So mechanicals work like this. When somebody buys a song on iTunes, say a song is like $10 or like 10 kwacha. So in that 10 kwacha, there's a percentage that Apple, Spotify will get, and then from that, there's a percentage that goes to like the producer and the songwriter, and then the rest of the money goes to the artist, whatever it is. So when we do a song, on paper, okay, in theory, they say a song is out of 100, so 50% goes to the producer and the songwriters, whatever it is, and the other 50% goes to the artist. But in practical terms, I mean, it just depends. You can be like 10 of you on a record, so you're literally going to just negotiate. So you just know, like, okay, I don't want to have less than 20%, or I don't want to have whatever it is. So whatever that song makes money wise, in your split sheet, that's what you're gonna get. So if a song makes $1 million, you're gonna get 20% of that $1 million, and that's how you get your royalties. So like there's obviously institutes. So like there's BMI, ASCAP, SAMRO. In Zambia we're supposed to. Yeah, SAMRO South Africa. So BMI and ASCAP is America. Then there's PR, that's UK, and then SAMRO South Africa.
So is it okay for a Zambian to sign up for SAMRO?
Yeah, I'm signed up with. If Zambia is publishing, I think it's ZAMS or ZAMCOPS.
ZAMCOPS.
If ZAMCOPS was part of the international, publishing board, then I'll probably register with ZAMCOPS, because I'll just get the money. It doesn't matter. It's just like a system. So because at the time I was America, I just registered with ASCAP. So all the money. It's just weird actually, when like the songs I've done here, when the publishing is paid out, the money leaves South Africa, goes to the US, and then comes back down here, or whatever. So
I'm not really sure. Right? Is it really ZAMCOPS?
I don't know. I don't know whichever institute it is. I'm not too sure. I know the ZAMCOPS.
Yeah,
there's like a lot of associations, but they're supposed to be part of that board, and then that's how you're obviously gonna collect like your royalties. But it's fine. You can even register, because it's an international body. So it doesn't matter. You could be a Zambian registered to SAMRO. You can be a Zambian registered to ASCAP. It really doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And
yeah.
Just talking to you, looks like you know the business very well. And now I understand that someone said you're actually affiliated with the Africori
slash Warner Music. Yeah.
I'm referring to Lulu Hank.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. So Africori.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it all about?
So Africori is a music distribution company. So basically, it's with music, right? There's your majors, there's your Sony, Universal, and then what happened was that they realized the music has changed now. Anybody can literally make a song and then blow up. So there's this board called the Merlin. So they look out for independent artists. So Africori is a music distribution, the biggest music distribution company in Africa, distributing African music to the world.
Nice.
So basically, we distribute music to the world for Africans. So people will know like a tune call, like a CD baby. I don't even want to say we're equivalent. No, we're not equivalent because I believe we're better than CD baby and.
I don't even do CD baby. I'm
getting the ones. Artists don't understand like this is how. So basically, Africori distributes your music. When I say distributes, we're the ones who make sure your music gets to Apple Music, Spotify. You get playlisted like in Spotify. You get all these like banners, front covers, because we pitch directly to the DSPs or whatever it is. So we're pushing, and that is how Nigerians have actually managed to go as far as the
and
US.
top the charts.
And top the charts because their music is ready to be available like on these platforms.
So you guys are acting as a link between the artists and the rest of the world.
Exactly.
So is it an investment for an artist to sign up to Africori?
No, it's not. We scout. So we without you, then there's no Africori. So we need artists, obviously. So we scout. We obviously look for upcoming. We also obviously be like I'll give you like just a little bit of a roster. Master KG signed to Africori. Shoma Josie. Casper used to be signed before he left for Universal. Maejor, Mosley. In Zambia here as well, we've got Your Maps, we've got Nez.
What does it take?
The real money for producers isn't publishing, or even musicians isn't publishing. Like you get money from royalties, and this money doesn't stop coming. It's forever. So if you don't have that, system, this is why producers will tell you before you even walk into my studio, you better pay me the money type thing.